closer together.
Yeah, there you go.
There's so many people here.
Yes.
We'll call here. I didn't. bring that packet out. That's-
It's good. It's just that it's matching the credit card.
Money wise.
It's just giving the director permission to spend money on the credit card, pretty much.
Sure, I've written down, you can always do roll call. So,
Worst case, we roll call everything.
there you go.
When in doubt, roll call that.
Roll call it up.
That is true.
I was wondering about what's this one, this contract, does that involve money?
Yes. Up to
Okay, then let's hold that.
Fair.
I know that's probably what you were saying before too, wasn't it? Yeah, makes sense.
Call to order the PA meeting for Tuesday, March 4th. We will do the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we get a roll call, please?
Justine King,
Here.
Eric Schaefer,
Here.
Casey Haney,
Here.
Joe Mancini,
Here.
Ann Alberg.
Here.
I've got Kevin Smith and Derek Dean.
Eric's not here anymore.
And Kim's no longer here.
Sherry.
Oh, I did say Sherry, didn't I? Sherry DeGraff.
Do we want a motion to excuse them?
All right, motion to excuse Sherry and Kevin.
Support. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Approval of the meeting agenda.
I make a motion to approve the meeting agenda as printed.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Approval of the consent agenda, which is the meeting minutes from last month and then the bills as of January 29th.
A motion to approve consent agenda.
Support.
And a roll call, please. Questions, comments, concerns? All right, roll call, please.
Eric Schaefer,
Yes.
Casey Haney,
Yes.
Joe Mancini,
Aye.
Justine King,
Yes.
and Ann Alberg.
Aye.
Perfect. Any public comments? Okay. Reserve time, none. Unfinished business, none. Moving to new business. We need to elect a new chair as Kim has left.
Make a motion to elect Justine as chair.
I'll support that.
Okay.
Any other nominations for chair? Okay. We will do a vote. Just all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Congratulations.
New chair. Thanks, I guess.
Justine, just for the record, ask if there's anybody opposed.
Anyone opposed? Yes. I'm just kidding. Okay,
No.
so moved. Now that I am going to be chair, we need to nominate a vice chair to replace me in that position. So any nominations for vice chair? I would nominate Anne.
I support.
Any conversation? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, perfect.
Anybody opposed?
Anybody opposed?
No,
Well,
No.
okay, we're getting there. Perfect, okay. So we'll move on. Next is Resolution 25-03, Credit Card Policy and Procedures. So it looks like the treasurer and Doug have put together a resolution to establish a credit card policy and procedures.
So yeah, if you have any questions, I can go into a little bit more detail, but this is primarily because we did not have anything on the books. So the resolution you see before you is in alignment with our financial policies that allows for credit card usage not to exceed $500 per month. So if for whatever reason this needed to be modified, our financial policies would also have to be modified. If this is just putting something on the books that we previously hadn't had. I can go into more details if there are any comments, questions, or concerns.
I would entertain a motion if no conversation.
I'll make the motion that we approve Resolution 25-03, Credit Card Policy and Procedures.
I'll support.
Any discussion? Okay, we'll do a roll call, please.
Casey Haney,
Yes.
Joe Mancini,
Aye.
Justine King,
Yes.
Eric Schaefer,
Yes.
and Ann Alberg.
Aye.
All right. Passes. Moving on to the Riverbank Music Series contracts. Do you want to touch on that, Doug?
Absolutely. So board members have been working closely to try to facilitate the 2025 Riverbank Music Series schedule. As of right now, we have received contracts for a handful of these dates, which you see before you. There are a few that are still outstanding. So with all considered to allow for the flexibility and a seamless, execution of the series, these few other contracts that I'm mentioning are in the process of being received. They're just not available to the board as of yet. That requesting for you to confirm the tentative schedule and proceed with security so we can close those, along with allowing a total budget not to exceed the $11,500 because that's what has been negotiated. Also authorizing the committee to finalize the remaining slots, as unfortunately do not have those before you, and grant administrative authority to approve alternative bans if cancellations occur, provided the cost does not exceed the currently approved rate. We don't know, anyone for any reason, it may not work out. So coming back to the board and requesting board approval, could potentially cause delays or gaps. So that's the reason that those 4 items are being asked. I don't know if you have any questions, any comments, concerns related to that. But yeah, the 4 bullet points are, what was requesting approval of in regards to the Riverbank Music Series.
Perfect. Any questions? I'd entertain a motion. Anyone wants to do one?
So basically.
So you're making a
latitude to
motion-
Sherry to-
Motion to approve, is what is requested is the 4 line items mentioned instead of going through each one. Yeah, if the board understands what's being asked, that's fine. But yes, this would allow for Mr. Graff to
With the latitude to close the
finalize those
contracts.
last few contracts. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so I'll make that motion.
That
Okay.
one?
Support.
Okay. Is that, do you want us to read the motion?
Yes, please.
Oh.
So you would either be, making the motion as written, or there's 4 separate items that are being requested.
All right, I would make a motion that we confirm the tentative schedule and proceed with securing contracts, allow a total budget not to exceed $11,500 for the entire series, authorize the committee to finalize the remaining slots, and grant administrative authority to approve alternative bands of cancellations occur, provided the cost does not exceed the currently approved rate.
Support.
All right, any further discussion? All right, we'll do a roll call.
Casey Haney,
Aye.
Joe Mancini,
Aye.
Justine King,
Yes.
Eric Schaefer,
Yes.
Ann Alberg.
Aye.
All right, so moved. All right, moving on to the director's report. Here we go.
So absolutely, there are a handful of administrative updates. As the board is aware that staffing operations, we are currently in the process of filling that role. Nelby, you want? Okay, so I'll let Mr. Stolzenberg take care of that. For our budget and financing or financial planning, we are finalizing budget allocations for upcoming initiatives. As you're aware, going on to a couple things. So our dumpster screening is listed as completed project. However, I've had other conversations with Mr. Belson. It looks like our previously proposed scope may not have included everything that needs to be done. Social district implementation, that's currently in the process, been discussing with various businesses that are affected. The next step for that would be determining what that boundary map looks like. So identifying what the social district is. This is going to be important for discussing who those committee members are to potentially, discuss or chair that. When we go to the next page where I have the potential projects and initiatives, getting into where I mentioned the committee member expansion, we need to start considering about having people on committees that may not be board members, especially related to like the social districts. There may be, businesses and residents that may be affected by that might have the opportunity to discuss and engage that aren't currently board members to help with preparing recommendations, just as one example. A handful of other items. One thing I mentioned was about downtown arts and murals. And I know that Ms. Megan Lavelle is here with us too, that the Thornapple Arts Council has been wanting to help and facilitate anything that they can do, within the village of Middleville for helping maintaining and beautifying the arts. So, it's up to us to determine what those projects look like and areas that we can, better collaborate and be more community partners. We've been exploring grant opportunities. Currently, we have been awarded $14,437.95 from CDM, looking into other options. I have a couple other, projects on here, but things that I put before the board, looking for action on would be social districts. Decide if the board wants the design committee to evaluate the boundaries and branding, assigning committee members. Not sure if we're going to be able to do that because we are missing a couple members today, but Main Street program, confirming 4 committee representatives for the March 24th meeting. This would be a Teams meeting, but ideally having board members that can speak on the organization, design, promotion, and economic vitality standpoint. It gives us a direct conduit to the Main Street organization where they can help us with any comments, questions, or concerns, anything we're facing. I also had on here about the wayfinding signage. Commercial recycling is something that came to my attention while doing some retention visits. Is there any questions, anything in this report, comments, concerns? Not sure if the board would be willing to or interested in taking action on any of those 6 items that had put on page 3, but.
Yeah, if anyone wants to. I think if anyone's interested in committees, we could at least gauge that. If you want to work on one, let us know so we can at least start to move forward with that, and then we can reach out to Sherry and Kevin, maybe.
Are there any concerns with having the board having non-board members on committees?
No.
Okay. So would it be okay if I sent out an email inquiring about looking at the 4, who's going to be a representative for each of the 4 areas. Because we have a couple people that serve on some of these committees, others only have 1. So we could, determine that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think so.
thank you.
Okay, that's really, I think, what I'm getting from that is we really just need to figure out the committees for the most part, and then the work
Absolutely.
will go to them.
When we have the
Yeah.
committees established, it'll be a lot easier to determine where our priorities are. So we can focus on projects, leaving them,
Mhm.
as obligations on the agenda until, they come to fruition or, it's chunks and no longer to be in the DDA's best interest.
So you can send an email and then we'll all reply to that with what we want.
I can BCC each of you and then you can tell me what your interest is and we can try to
Fantastic.
schedule those.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds great. Anything else on Doug's report? Good. Okay. Moving on, you have informational items, the village manager's report, revenue and expense report, and January bank reconciliation. And we'll move to next round of public comment.
Before we get to that, if I can mention one thing I forgot to mention, I wrote it in my notes,
Yeah.
but we do have a new business coming to town
Oh.
that is looking at a ribbon cutting. It's
Oh.
Gabby's design, unique designs that maybe they'll speak on that.
Okay, perfect. Yes, public comment.
Craig Stolzenberg, Village Manager. I'd like to introduce Cassie Clark, right? Cassie, okay. So we interviewed Cassie last week for the Community Development Coordinator position, and we agreed to terms, and she's going to start next week on the 10th. Cassie's a Thorapple Kellogg graduate, also a Cornerstone University graduate in business, and I think I'll let her tell a little bit more about herself
Okay.
to you and introduce herself to you.
Hello, my name is Cassie. As he said, I wasn't planning on speaking, but that's okay. A little bit about me is that I'm very grateful for this opportunity, and I look forward to being able to represent the city of Middleville in a way that reflects the values of our citizens. And I also hope to be able to maintain positive connections with every single person here.
Perfect.
Okay.
So you should be seeing Cassie quite a bit, either in your offices or storefronts, and then of course at meetings and stuff like that, she'll be assisting Doug, and then assisting you all with everything DDA related. So
Awesome.
welcome, Cassie,
Thank you.
so much.
Welcome.
Yep.
Welcome.
and that's all I've got.
Perfect. Any other public comment? Come on up.
My name is Rich Ashley. As some of you noticed, I was as a person that worked on the train depot, the soft grand opening, and I'm just kind of curious from the board or anybody else that knows how are we progressing forward to see the opening of the train depot altogether.
Doug.
Thank you.
Oh, we're not gonna.
Oh.
I was just gonna say, can we answer his question if we were?
So you can certainly, especially during board member comments, that would be a
Okay.
good time to direct a response
Okay.
back.
Perfect.
And if not, I can dialogue too after.
Perfect.
as well.
Sounds great. Thank you. Come on up.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Donna Archer. My husband and I are opening up the new store across the street. We are Gabby's Unique Decor. We do everything from inside the house to outside the house, and small gifts. I didn't know I was speaking this evening either, so I see Doug looking at this. We're excited to be here, and we're hoping for the best, and we're glad to see that there's an active community and everybody's involved. So looking forward to everything that you guys do here, and we're glad to be part of it. So, and stop in and see us. We're hoping to be open. I'm giving myself a deadline of 2 weeks. keep our fingers crossed. Had a few setbacks, but we're going to make it happen, and we're glad to be here. So, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Welcome.
thanks. Welcome.
Anyone else? Okay. Board member comments. Starting with Joe.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
Justin and Ann.
Mhm.
Welcome, Cassie. The market, we've got one farmer that's turned in his application and stuff. I've handed out a few more applications, talked to some people. I'm gonna try to email at least the list that I have tomorrow, telling them about the market. I think Doug said the application is online, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so if anybody would like to help, or you know of anybody, either send them over to the shop, my daughter's shop next door, across the street, sorry. Or tell them to go online and get an application. I'm there at the shop 6 days a week. So if you have any questions, I'm going to reach out to a few people, if that's okay, that have helped before, not
Mhm.
board members, but there's a few people, see if they're willing to help again.
Yes. And be on the committee.
Yeah, be on the committee. If anybody wants to be on and help out, please let me know. Thank you. That's all I have.
Perfect. Casey?
Oh, okay. Well, congrats on your new positions and welcome, Cassie. You're welcome. And I'm excited that, that we're just getting the committees around and excited for the summer season. So, yeah.
Ann?
Well, I would like to say that I'm really happy to be back on the DDA. I took a little reprieve off it for about 4 years. So I'm glad to be back in the community, being back on the DDA and help the citizens and do what we can do. But thanks everybody for having me back.
For sure.
All right, as far as the train depot, I know that it was Kim Jackham's vision to have that be a big deal. And I mean, like, if she could get the governor here, she would have enjoyed that. I don't know, where we are in that process, but, I think it's something that we should definitely look at in the near future. But I know that Kim's vision was to have that be a big event.
I know if I can speak on that, it was part of basically my vision too, to see, because I had, or still have, I should say, a big situation where I contributed to the train depot from the MCRR, which is Michigan Central Railroad. It was my vision many years ago to help keep the railroad through here under red tape from federal and state and everything else. That didn't happen. So I'm just glad that my vision is to give the community what the MCRR and the train depot thing from Jackson to Grand Rapids back to the community.
Well, thank you for that. In addition, I'd like to welcome all our new team members. It's DDA's really looking like it's shaping up to what it should have been for a long time. I'd like to make a suggestion, since that we've got two members that aren't here, we could assign multiple committees, right? But other than that,
I approve.
That's all I got.
Fair, perfect. Well, very anxious, not necessarily a professional at running meetings, but happy to be here and work alongside all of you. So I'm excited. We do still have some openings on our board. So if anyone out there is looking, happy to have you. Otherwise, yeah, welcome, Cassie. I'm excited to see you. And I'm looking forward to all of this. So, but yeah, lots of nerves still because, I'm on YouTube. permanent forever. But anyway, that's all for now because my brain is going blank. So I would take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're out of here.
Not really.
Give me just 1 minute to turn us off YouTube also.
Oh, yes.
I was doing good.
Great.
Guys, I'm
No
Just make sure.
problem. Hey, you got it.
Or we don't.
Sorry, that was really loud.
You guys are